everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Mama Zulu Health. And today, by the way, we have a very interesting topic. For those of you who have been asking me and telling me you don't know how to express breast milk, you're first time mothers, you've never gone to work while breastfeeding, this is the time to mefika. If you're new to this channel, karibu sana, feel free. This is where we talk about health and we also have fun. So feel free to subscribe, like, leave a comment and suggest any topic that you want us to do in our next episode. So karibu, wacha tuanze. I've been here before. I have a son who is 2.5 now. So I've done this very many times and I feel comfortable. But there are some of you who are first time have been telling me you don't feel really comfortable because you don't know how to go about it. But don't feel uncomfortable anymore. Please learn. You can repeat this video as many times until you're sure you have learned and you can do it comfortably even at work or at home or any other place. So let's go. So when you're expressing breast milk, remember this is a small baby. From newborn up to 2 years, they are very small and they are very sensitive to dirt or hygiene, that is. So you have hygiene is paramount. You cannot compromise on that. So before you start anything, make sure your hands are clean and your work surface is also clean, and everything that you're going to use in the process is also as clean as possible. So you can use make sure you use soap and water to wash your hands, then you wipe with a clean towel. Nitawapea video ya how to wash your hands so that in case you're not sure how to wash your hands, you will know how to do that. So when you buy a breast pump, I usually like using the manual breast pump. I've always used a manual one and that is what I'm comfortable using. So that is what you're going to use today. So when you buy it, it's usually like this. You have to assemble all these things. So make sure you have washed all the equipments with warm water, soapy water, and rinse them thoroughly. And then your work surface is very clean. Maybe a table or a shelf that is clean. Then your hands should be clean as well. So you start with this. This one is used to apply pressure. So you do this down here. I hope you can see this clearly. So make sure it settles that there. It fits completely without coming out. You can see that. And then up here, there is this thing. So you press it until it fits completely. Like this. And then when it fits, you go to the next step where this is where you get your milk. So you rotate until you hear that there is no other movement allowed. So that is it. Even when you try pulling it out, it doesn't come out, so you know it's fitting well. Then this one is what you use to pump. So you place it here nicely like that. You can feel this, and then just to make sure it's completely secure and it won't come out when you're pumping, because you have to apply some pressure. So you secure with this like that. Make sure it's firm, that it doesn't come out, because it's very uncomfortable when you're in the middle of it and then everything just comes out. So usually this is here, it's just to help. This is plastic, like very firm, and this is soft. So if you don't like very hard things, you can put this here just to make sure you feel comfortable and soft when you're doing the same thing. But myself, I don't like doing this. I feel like this works more faster than when you do the soft things. And this one, I'll show you how to do this and this after we finish. Usually it inakwanga hapa ya kufunika like this, and then you press it when you're not using. But when you're using, you don't, of course it has to be open. So we go directly with the breast. Nikuonyeshe vile unatoa maziwa. So you sorry, I'm not going to show you with my breast. Okay, some people it's not very comfortable. Some people feel, I don't know what word to use, but I will not use my breast. It's not culturally right. So I'm going to show you with this. So this is your breast. Make sure, like you have said, hygiene is paramount. So again, you go, yes, your breast, you have to clean it. Najua ulioga asubuhi, lakini you still have to do this. So you go with soap and water or with plain water, but clean running water. You wipe your breasts thoroughly, make sure it's clean before you do this, because any hygiene issues will spoil the milk. Make sure you get that 100%. Then this, assuming this is the canipo, you place it inside here, and then this is the other breast. So you get your, I like doing, sorry, mimi Mkikuyu, I like doing with my right hand so that it's very comfortable. So tuseme iko hapo, you just press. So for the first pump, I mean that thing, you apply a lot of pressure so that you get, because you know mtoto akinyonya, it's very easy, but when you're doing with the breast, you know there is no continuous flow. So for the first 2 or 3 times, you're applying the pressure to get the milk out, but once the milk is out, now the flow is continuous. You don't have to apply that much pressure. So let's say this is it. So you apply pressure up to as far as it can go, then you release, then again as far as it can go, release, and the third time. So that way the milk start coming out or flowing continuously. And then you can do now continuous moves, continuous moves. If your milk is or if you find it difficult getting the milk out, you can press your breast with one arm, and then as you continue to, so that you get the milk much faster than the one who is just pressing the pump. So you continue pressing. You can see how if you can see this pressure here, you can see how the pump is sucking the breasts. You can see those movements. I hope you can see that. So you continue pressing until the milk is filled. Once it's filled and you still have a lot of, maybe you have sucked only one breast, you just transfer this to your, you have nyonyo yangu ina move. Nyonyo yangu inapotea, but it doesn't have an option, we have to use it. So you transfer to your other, you have to have 2 or 3, by the way, of what do we call them, feeding bottles. So you have to have 3 clean feeding bottles. You can carry 2 at work, and then you have the others at home. So you transfer to your other feeding bottle, then you continue with this, because not all feeding bottles will fit here. You have to use this one that is specifically made for that pump. Then you continue again with that. Ikija, again you transfer until you feel comfortable and there's no more milk left. So once you're done and then all your feeding bottles are filled up, now you can use this. I told you I show you how to use this at the end. So you use this to close this, and you can use it to store the milk. But it's not advisable to store in this, because the next time you want to pump, where you're going to put the milk, it will be very cumbersome, and you don't want to keep transferring, because hygiene issues again apply. So you don't want to do all those things. Make sure you have enough feeding bottles to transfer all your milk. And then once you're done with it, clean everything, clean everything thoroughly, and then you can assemble this. You first leave them to air dry, or you can wipe them if you are very sure that hygiene is key. Then you can do wiping, but I like leaving them to dry on their own, to air dry, and then before I assemble this. So you put this back, and then you use the cup to do this, so that you're sure nothing will go in, and you're sure that the next time you use this itakuwa clean kabisa. And then this one is to close this. Hiyo ita make sure kila kitu yako ni safi throughout. And then on storing the milk, please make sure kila time ukitengeneza maziwa you label it with the date and the time, so that there's something we call fast in, fast out, so that every time you use the one that you expressed first before as you come even on a date. So if you don't label, you might end up giving ile fresh kabla utumie ile ya kitambo, na ita spoil. I hope I have shown you everything. It will be much easier for you the next time you do it. You can repeat this video as much as possible so that you are comfortable and you know which step goes next, and you know how to store your milk and everything. It should be freezed. I like freezing my milk. And when you giving the baby the milk instead of transferring to a sufuria, boiling and everything, is I don't advise that. So what you can do, you can water bath it, like you boil water separately, then in the feeding bottle you just place it in the hot water, alafu itakuwa moto, you give directly. Don't keep transferring your milk because itakuwa hygiene issues. Number one, itakuwa mbaya. Then the other thing, the milk will get contaminated. So don't transfer, just place the feeding bottle in hot water, ikue moto, then you give the baby. I think that is it. I hope I have not forgotten everything. For the electric pump, because I have not used it before, maybe I can do a research and try to guide you on how to use it. But for now, we will do this, and I appreciate that you have watched and subscribed to our channel. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. You can also feel free to suggest any topic that you want us to do in our next episode, and we will surely do that. Thank you. Until we meet again, may God bless you and protect you. Bye.